Hey, Kevin here with another Flippin' Dork Flips and Finds video. This is items that I'm selling this weekend, and if I find any, I'll show them as well. So the first thing that sold this morning is these Nike shoes right here. These are men's, size 10. Got them at Ross. These are one of the pairs of shoes I bought when I was experimenting with retail arbitrage from Ross. I paid up for these. I paid $64.99, so 65 bucks on these, but the comps looked really good. When I picked them up, they were selling for around 109 to like 120, like 115-ish or so. So that's what I listed them at, is 115. And they were getting some views, but no offers or anything like that. And that was a couple months ago. So then I dropped them down to about 109.95. And then I put them at 104. And then I got some watchers, so I knew they were probably going to sell. And then last week I decided I needed to just get rid of these shoes, and my experiment is telling me that I need to be even more laser focused when I'm buying shoes there. So I dropped these down to $99.95, and then last night I got an offer for 95 bucks, and then this morning I accepted it and I sold them. So I paid 65, they're selling for 95, it's only 30 bucks. It's going to be 10 to ship, there's going to be fees involved. So I'm probably only going to make a little under 15 on them, so not that great, but I am making a little bit of money to learn what works and what doesn't. So anyway, sold these. Alright, the second item that sold right here is the Conair Wave Maker. These are hot rollers. It's a complete set. All the rollers are there, all of the little clips are there. I divided them up by size. I taped them together so they're, when they show up after they get shipped, they're not just, all over the place. And it was in decent shape. I found it at a yard sale where I didn't have service, and I just bought it because it was $1. I asked the lady if it worked. She said it did, so that was good enough for me for $1. I figure if it was no good, then oh well, not a big loss. Brought it home, tested it out, heats up just fine. It does make just a little bit of like a very light buzz sound. I don't know if that's how it always did or not. So anyway, I kind of figured, well, it's not worth as much as I thought. I've sold some of these in the past that were older looking, like from the 80s. And even like crimpers, very 80s, 90s looking stuff. And I was, some of them sold for like 40, 45 bucks for these and the crimpers and all that. So I thought these would be around there, but they weren't. So I had them listed at, I think $24.95, and I was just going to not really take a loss, but just not make a lot off of them. And I eventually, after a couple months, got an offer for 20 bucks today, so I took it. So they're going to be about 10 to ship. I paid $1. I'm already under $10 in profit plus fees, so I'm not going to make much, somewhere between 5 and 10 bucks, but at least I got rid of it. And I'm going to be a lot more cautious whenever I buy these from now on. I'll make sure that they're worth a lot more money, they're totally complete, they're in good condition, but at least it's sold. Okay, the third item here, I'll take it out of the column shelf. This is, I think it's a hard drive. I don't know too much about computer parts. I found this at Salvation Army. It was $3.50. They were selling it as is. And anyway, I didn't know what it was. I looked at it. I just knew something for a computer. So what I did to search it is, I think Seagate is the brand and Cheetah is, I don't know, whatever. So I typed that in on eBay, Seagate, Cheetah, and then the numbers right here, and looked it up. And there were several on there, and they were all selling pretty well. The ones that were remanufactured were almost like 100 bucks, like 80 to 100 bucks. And then ones that just people were selling off were between like 50 and 75-ish or so. So I figured mine, I don't know anything about it. I don't know what's on it, or, I had no way to test it at all. So I put it a little under that at $45 with the option for best offer. And I just put that in the listing. I said, I got it. I picked it up. I don't know anything about it. I was unable to test it, so I'm selling it as is, untested. And it didn't matter. Someone offered me 40 bucks for it, so I'm going to ship it off today, so that's a pretty good return. I'll pay shipping. It's a little bit heavy. I imagine it'll end up being $7 or $8 to ship. So I'm probably about $10 to $12 in it after it's shipped, and it sold for 40, so that's pretty good. I'll probably make about 20-something dollars in profit when it's all said and done, so that's pretty cool. And the day after I picked this up, I went back and I had another one. It was $5, but the problem was that the sticker was missing, and at the bottom of the sticker it says the warranty is void if seal, label, or screw is removed. So I was kind of, I don't know, if that sticker's gone, someone took that one apart for sure, so who knows what kind of condition it was in. So I passed on it, but this one ended up selling. So that was the sale so far today. If any more happen or later this weekend, I'll let you know, but right now I need to pack these up and get them shipped out. Alright, so here are some sales that happened today so far. The first one is this jacket. Alright, the brand is Surf Style. It's got the hood on there. It doesn't have the drawstring, so it was missing that. and it's purple and gray, but when it gets in the light, it starts to shimmer. All right, pretty cool. The gray turns kind of pinkish purple or green, depending on how you look at it, and then the purple turns kind of blue or pink, and just very 90s looking. This looks like something that all the cool kids would have wanted when I was in middle school back in the 90s. Thought this was pretty cool. It's in good shape, no rips or anything. It's just missing the drawstring, and then it has a pocket up here in the front, and it's missing half the Velcro. So it has the hook, the loop part here, but it's missing the hook. So whatever, not too bad. And I don't know too much about the brand, but when I looked them up, there were some. This one, the only logo it has here is the little tiny patch. But some of them, I think it said it on the sleeve, spelled out, and those are worth even more money. So if you find like vintage 90s or 80s, Adidas, Nike, Reebok, or even ones like this, and like it has huge, you know, logo on the sleeve or just written across the front, it's worth even more money. So anyway, I was asking, I think let me look here. Yeah, I was asking $24.95. I got a best offer of $20, so I decided to take it. I only paid $1 for it at a garage sale, so I thought that was a good turnaround. It's lightweight, so it should probably only be about $3 or $4 to ship. And when I bought this at the garage sale, I bought a couple other things too. And when I handed the lady the money, she individually grabbed each of the things I bought and gave them a hug and told them all goodbye. And she actually meant it. It wasn't like joking. So it was a little weird, but whatever. I got it, and I thought that was a pretty cool find. Okay, the second sale today is this right here. These are Bruce Lee DVDs of Volume 1 and Volume 2. I found these at Salvation Army for $2 each, so I'm in them for $4. They're in almost basically brand new condition, except they're not wrapped in plastic. Excellent, excellent condition. It looks like someone watched them one time and then donated them. And I thought they were just like a collection of movies. There was like 3 discs in each one, but it turns out it's a TV show called The Legend of Bruce Lee. It's made, I think, in 2008, so about 10 years ago. And it looks like it was shot in California or somewhere in the U.S., but I think it's California, but it was made by a Chinese production company. So most of the characters, I believe, are Chinese. There were a few Caucasian people, but everyone is speaking Chinese. But then all that is muted out, and then it's overdubbed in English, so it's like exactly like you'd imagine a kung fu movie. It's like, you know, really bad sound effects and really bad like voice acting over it, and the acting itself isn't good. There's one scene where Bruce Lee gets, and it's a life story of Bruce Lee, so I guess this really happened, but he got injured or beat up or something, and he was in a wheelchair, and they show a scene of him making tea, and he's trying to scoop sugar to put in it, and it was just, I can't even, let's see if I can do this. It was just so fake. So he's got the cup, here I even have a cup right here. So he's got the cup and he's got the spoon, and it's supposed to look like he's so weak that it falls out of his hand, but he doesn't even scoop, and then you can tell that he just releases it. It's so bad. It's maybe not that bad, just kind of like, you know, he's all weak and fragile, and then he just lets it go. Oh man, it just made me laugh. So hopefully whoever gets it realizes that it's kind of cheesy. But anyway, paid $4. I had them listed for $28.95. Or $28.50. The brand new ones were going for $28.95 plus $3.50 shipping. So I went 50 cents under, or 45 cents under with free shipping. I got a best offer for 25 bucks, and I took it. So that'd be pretty cool. All right, the third sale right here is this right here, a little plush octopus. It's blue, the orange bottom's in really good shape. I found it at Goodwill for $1 in the little, you know, stuffed animal bin. This one, the brand is Kohl's Cares. So Kohl's, like the store, the department store, Kohl's Cares. I'm guessing it's probably some type of, somehow related to charity maybe, or something like that. I don't know. But I think these are like somewhat collectible. I found about 4 or 5 of them, so I bought them all. And this is the first one that sold. So I paid $1, and I was asking $14.99, and it sold for full price. I had this one up for probably a month, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. I think it's probably been about 4 weeks now, so that's fairly quick. It's quicker than a lot of things I have, so I thought that was pretty cool. All right, and then the last one that I sold today so far is this right here, the Lego City Alarm Join the Chase. This is a game, but you build it. It's like a bank robbery game. I found this at Salvation Army along with another one similar to it, but it was like, you know, knights and castles and wizards, and it was called Heroica. The Heroica game was totally complete. It actually had a couple of extra parts in it. So that one went for $20-something. This one ended up, it was missing, I think it was 4 pieces it was missing. It was either 3 or 4, but I think it was 4. So I couldn't get total complete money out of it. I thought it would probably go for like low 20s, maybe about $22. But since it was missing pieces, I just dropped it low enough that it would just go. So I put it at $16.95, and I got a full offer on it. So I will get them all prepared to ship out Monday, and I'm sure there'll be more sales happening later, so I'll make sure to show those to you when they happen. Alright, so this morning, Saturday morning, there was actually a garage sale. I was really surprised there was one at the end of January, but it was an indoor garage sale at an old doctor's office that was empty. I think the people were trying to sell it, so they decided to gather a bunch of their family members together and have like a multi-family garage sale in there. And it actually started yesterday. I didn't see it till last night before I went to bed. So anyway, I went and checked it out thinking it's probably picked over, but there's still some pretty good stuff there, so I'll show you what I found. So the first one here, you're probably wondering, why in the world did you buy hair clips? I paid $1 for this bag. I bought these because a couple of weeks ago I bought a hot roller hair curler system thing. Paid $6 on it. It was worth like about $40 to $45. I had it listed, got all kinds of people checking it out, got some watchers on it. The very first person that asked me about it asked if I had the clips that go with it. So I was thinking, oh man, I didn't think to check for clips. I'm used to buying them and they have those little metal pins, but the little bit more modern ones have these plastic clips. So I thought, well, I'll just either have to drop the price, or if I ever find clips somewhere, I'll include them. So I got really lucky today and found some, and I only paid $1. So I'll include these with that, and now I should be able to get full price. That thing will probably sell pretty quick. Okay, the next item, this right here. They had a printer there that looked a little bit on the rough side, and it didn't sell for a lot of money. I looked up on eBay. They were selling it for $5. It was going for about $35 to maybe $40, and after shipping and all that, I didn't really want to mess with it because it looked a little rough. So anyway, I took the ink that went with it. They had them each priced at $4, which felt maybe a little bit high. But what I ended up doing was bundling everything together today, and then I only paid $22 for it. So it ends up, these averaged out to $2 each, which I feel a lot more comfortable about. Now they are out of date. One of them expired in November of 15. One in April of 16, and then the third one in July of 2017. I think they are all still new enough that someone will buy them, and I mean, they're unopened, so they should be all right. And anyway, what was really cool when I looked these up, they were each worth, they go for about $15 to $20 each on eBay. So what I plan on doing is bundling them together, and then because they are all out of date, I'll take them a little bit down. So I'll probably list them somewhere around $50 to $55 with free shipping, and I'll probably take anything over about $45 or whatever. So that should be a pretty good little flip. They're really lightweight, be really easy to ship. Okay, the next item right here, I saw it laying on the ground. I thought this was one of those bags that you, those saddle bags you put on the back of a bike when you go like cross-country riding. And I looked it up. The brand is Mountain Smith. And then when I saw this up top, it says the canine pack, and I started looking at it, I realized this is for a dog. So I think a dog would wear this if you would like go hiking or something. So I'll have to look into it and see if it's missing anything. It kind of looks like maybe it's missing some type of strap up here, but I'm not for sure. But anyway, I paid $3 for it. When I looked them up, they're selling for about 25 bucks. So I don't know if I'll get the full 25 if it is missing a strap, or if I'll get 20, but it's a decent flip. It'll be all right. It's not quite what I thought, but I'll take it. Okay, the next item, it's actually both of these were together, but I'm going to split them up because I think they're worth more money if I sell them separately. So this right here is HP LaserJet ink toner cartridge. All right, this is the 85A, and I'm calling this $6. It's not how they had it priced, but the way I'm averaging it out, I'm calling this $6. And this packaging, the white with a little bit of blue, and there's even a sticker here. I think this was designed for Staples. And all the ones I've seen listed on eBay right now are like black with a white stripe right here, so they look completely different, but I have seen a few on here. What's crazy about these is they are selling between 40 and 50 bucks each. One that looked just like this sold for $49.95 or 49 something. So I should be able to get over 40 bucks for this. So that would be a really good flip. I will probably take 45, and I would imagine it'll go quick. And what I'll do is I'll heat these stickers up with a blow dryer, and then peel them right off, and just make sure it looks nice and clean. I don't see any writing on it. Oh, there's another sticker there. So I'll just take all them off, and then this should sell really well. I think it'll go quick. Okay, now when I got that, it was actually bundled with this next item. This was a really cool find. All right, so I'm also calling this $6, even though they were actually priced together for 10, but just the way it averaged out, I'm just calling it $6. So this is the HP LaserJet P1102W. I'm guessing this goes with it. This is what would go inside. So this is a LaserJet printer. It's very heavy for its size. So I mean, just feels like a really nice quality printer. It has the power cord that plugs into the wall. It has the CD that I guess hooks up to the computer. I feel like it probably needs a USB cable of some sort, even though I believe it is wireless. I can see the little wireless button up here, but it does have a port. Looks like a like an Ethernet type port or something. So I don't have that cable. So I have to see if other people are selling them, if they have the cable or not. But when I looked it up, I was really surprised. So I'm calling it $6, and they are selling in this shape without the box for $100 to $125. If it had the box and paperwork and all that kind of stuff, it would be about $150. So this would be a really cool flip. I think I should get at least like $95 to $100 out of it if it's missing a cable. But I might be able to get more out of it. We'll have to see. The other thing is I need to clean it up just a little bit. It's a little bit dusty, and I need to figure out how to test it. I'm not sure how to do that yet, so it might take me a little bit of time to list this thing first, because I got to do a little bit of prep work. I asked if it worked. They said it did, so we'll see. But this should be a really, really good buy here for $6 and flip it to like about $100. So anyway, that's what I found today so far. There's probably some more things. I know there's actually one more thing I'll show here in just a minute, but if anything else, if I find anything else this weekend, I'll be sure to show you in this video. All right, so when I left that yard sale, I decided to drop by Salvation Army to see if they had any decent furniture, and they finally had a pretty decent dresser. And I got excited. It's mid-century modern. It was only $25, so I just grabbed the tag on it and then looked around the rest of the store real quick, and then paid for it, and then went around back to pick it up. And then I got a better look over it, and this thing is pretty rough. So no wonder it was $25. I mean, this top is really trashed. It is real wood though, and it could be sanded down, so it's not too bad. I don't see any big gouges or anything. Looks like a little bit of veneer is missing right there. But the top, as bad as it looks, it's not actually the worst part. So the side here is a little bit scratched up. It's not too bad. That could sand out. But there's a huge chunk here missing out of the corner. That's going to take some real work. That's going to take some like fiberglass Bondo to fix that. And then down here it's missing a little bit. That'll need some Bondo work. Here, this leg is cracked, and you can just see it's chipped. Corner's missing right there. So I should have looked over this way better than I did. But for $25, I can still flip it. I'm not going to put the work into it. Someone else will. But what I'll do is just list it cheap enough that someone will buy it real quick. I'll try to do like I do every weekend when I get one of these, and hopefully not have to carry it inside. Maybe it'll disappear today. So I paid $25. I'll probably list it at about, oh, I don't know. I was surprised at how well the last one was received. So I might ask maybe $75 on this and basically take anything over $50 and not make a whole lot of money. I was really hoping I could get like more than that, but it's pretty rough, so we'll see. But anyway, that should be a decent little flip, and it has good bones to it, so it'll need some work, but it could look really amazing if done right. Okay, so then Sunday I had a few more sales. It was a little bit of a slow weekend, but a few more things sold. So the first one here is this right here, an Eli Cattleman. It's a navy blue and kind of tan colored plaid pearl snap shirt. I don't want to take it out because it was kind of big and hard to fold to fit in this bag, but I found this at a yard sale for $3. The reason I paid that much at a yard sale is because it is a 3XLT, so it's a 3 extra large, and it's for a tall man. All right, so this is a really big shirt. I believe I got it at the same yard sale that I picked up these boots right here. These are size 14s. I still haven't sold because it's kind of a crazy size. But the lady I bought it from, she said her husband was like 6'7", 300 and something, like 350 or something, a really, really big, tall guy, and he was like a highway patrol. So I bought some tactical gear from him and stuff that I sold too. And these are the last two items I had left, so now I just had the boots. So anyway, I paid $3. It's Eli Cattleman, so it's not like this amazing brand. I had it listed for $21.95. It was up for probably close to 3 months now, and it finally sold. So anyway, got full price on that. That was pretty cool. I'm glad I didn't have to clearance that one. I got full price out of it. Okay, the next item sold is vintage Kerplunk. It's from 1967. I showed this in another video, and anyway, when I got it home, I realized it was not totally complete, so it's a little bit rough shape. It's kind of stained up, a huge stain right there. but the graphics are really cool. You can still play it. It doesn't have the right marbles in it, and the inside used to have a cardboard, like a fitted cardboard piece where all the pieces had little slots to fit into it, like any kind of board game or whatever. This one doesn't have it, so it's all loose. So anyway, the really nice ones were going for $30+. So this one, because it's kind of a big size, it's a little bit of a weird weight, I decided I didn't want to lose out too much money, so I put it at $23.95 with a best offer, but my bottom was $20. So there was like a $4 range someone could have offered me and I would have taken it. So anyway, I had it up for about a month, and then yesterday I was at the store and my phone went off, cha-ching, eBay made a sound, and I looked and I got a best offer for $20. I thought, hey, cool, when I get home, I'll get a hold of them, I'll just take their offer, just be done with it, I'll move it on, kind of turn and burn, be done with it, and you know, whatever. So I continued shopping, and about 9 minutes later, cha-ching, yep, it went off. So I looked at my phone again, this time it sold for $23.95, full price. So I thought, well, okay, that's kind of cool. I guess the person couldn't wait and they just paid the extra $4 to be sure they got it. So when I got home, I realized that these were two separate people. So the person that bought it just bought it outright. I guess the listing had ended and they were one of the people who were watching, so they just bought it outright, got it, you know, congratulations. The first person that offered me $20 was really mad at me. Apparently they had used up all 5 of their best offer chances on it. They had offered 15, 16, 17, 19, and then finally 20. And I didn't have time to get around to it. I was out shopping and on my phone. I don't like dealing on the phone. So anyway, they were really mad. They thought that I was going back and forth with them, and they were saying, oh, you only want full price, and that's so rude of you, and I can't believe you did that. And I'm going to give you a negative, which apparently I've learned that unless you buy an item, you can't give a negative. So I was very happy about that. So anyway, I sent them a nice response, and I think I took care of it. So hopefully they're okay with that. But they had very little eBay feedback, so I think they were new and they didn't realize that you can set, when you set an eBay best offer, you can actually put a bottom minimum that you're okay with taking, and then everything below that just gets automatically declined. It makes it faster so they can keep shooting prices till it gets to the point where you're okay with it. Then you can personally deal with them. And I don't think they understood that, so they thought I was like playing games with them or whatever. But anyway, it's done deal now. Okay, the third item that sold are these shoes right here. All right, pretty ugly cream colored shoes. The brand is Stacy Adams, which I don't know if they're amazing or not, but I found these at Goodwill for $4.50. The thing that's interesting is, look, they look brand new. I don't think these are ever worn. There's absolutely no wear on these slick bottoms. The other interesting thing is, check out that gold tag, genuine snakeskin. All right, so these are real snakeskin. Made in China, so I mean it's not like a nice Italian shoe or whatever, and they're kind of ugly, but it didn't matter. Someone out there eventually liked them. I had these listed for a long time, probably like 5 months. These were probably within the first month to be buying stuff to resell. These were one of the items I found. I actually found 3 pairs of shoes kind of along the same lines. I sold the first pair. I also have these right here, they're cream. These are fake snakeskin, they're faux. These are Bravados by Donetto Marone or something. So, and these, see how there's wear on the bottom, and these don't, so these are a lot nicer shape. And when I saw these cream colored shoes, I was immediately thinking Cousin Eddie from Family Vacation movies, so I kind of put that in the listing. That'd be great for a costume like that. The first pair that sold was these really ugly green and gold shoes. I don't remember if they were snake skin or alligator skin, but they were worth a lot more. I had them listed, I think, for about $55, and I took, I think, $52 on them when they sold. But anyway, these sold for $25, so about half of the green ones. And once I pay shipping, all that kind of stuff, I'm not going to make a whole lot on them, but at least they're gone. And, you know, just kind of a fun, ugly shoe that I can say I sold. And that was it for sales. It was a little bit of a slow weekend, but I did find one really nice item yesterday when I was out and about. So I said I was out shopping, so before I left, I dropped by Goodwill just to do a real quick run through, and I found this coat. All right, this is a suede leather coat. Vintage, nice heavy weight. I know it's real leather. I don't know if this is real lamb's wool or what. It doesn't say. The only tag in there, it says Fieldmaster 40 regular, and then there's a tag under here that says professional leather clean only. It just felt nice and heavy weight, so I had a feeling to look it up. And when I did, it turns out that Fieldmaster is a vintage Sears brand, which, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's 60s, but I'm kind of thinking it might have been 70s or 80s. I don't know, maybe 90s, but anyway, it's vintage, and when I looked it up, I was really surprised. This one had no tag, but when I bought it, they she said, I don't know, how about $10? So I paid 10 bucks on it. When I looked them up on eBay, one sold fairly recently, exactly like the same size. Their pictures were terrible, so you couldn't tell if it was stained up or not. It sold for $199. So this will be a really, really good flip. Now when I was looking at it close, it's kind of hard, it probably won't even show the camera. There's just a few spots every once in a while it has light staining, and then like the edges of the sleeves, can you kind of see how it's a little bit discolored from use? Same thing, like just some of the edges around where your hands would go, and like the bottom edge, just very slightly discolored. So I don't know if that will hurt value or not, but it's just a really heavyweight coat. So I'm going to guess it will probably go somewhere between $150 and $200. That's probably how I'll price it. I'll have a big gap for best offer and just take it so I can turn and burn this thing real quick. But I thought that was an awesome find. I think this was the most valuable thing in the store yesterday, and I found it for 10 bucks. So I thought that was really cool. So anyway, like I said, that was the flips and finds of the week. It was a little bit, or the weekend, it was a little bit slow, but I ended up finding some really cool stuff, some crazy stories, and I don't know, I thought it was pretty fun. So anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It'd be really awesome if you could go ahead and subscribe. I'm trying to grow this channel up. And again, I just want to say thanks for checking this video out.